have a document library on my SharePoint 2013 on-premises portal that has content approval enabled. You can see it here. It's called Special Document Library. One way you can tell that content approval is enabled is you might see a column called Approval Status in one of the library views. You can see in my library most of my files have a status of approved, which means that general users can see these files. There's one with a status of pending, and that one is not accessible by general users because it needs to be approved before people can see it. A file will have a status of pending when it's initially uploaded or right after somebody's made a change. Then approvers will come in and they'll either approve it or reject it. If you upload a file and it gets rejected, you might not know about it right away unless you've subscribed to alerts on the list. And even then, you might get a notification of a change, but you might have to look pretty closely to recognize that that change was that your uploaded file was rejected. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the Alert Plus web part from Bamboo to set up an alert for your users, to send them a specific email notification when files they upload to a document library like this are rejected. So to do that, I'm going to go over to my Alert Plus page. This is just a web part page on my site where I've put the Alert Plus web part. I'm going to create a new alert, so I'm going to click on New Item. This is going to be, I'm just going to give it a title. Send an alert when a file is rejected. On the Event tab, I'm going to point to my special document library, which is a SharePoint lister library on the current site. So it should be on this list. There it is. For what triggers the alert, what I'm going to watch is a specific column in the list changes. I want to watch that approval status column. So I need to build the query that watches that approval status column. One limitation with the current version of Alert Plus, which on my server now is version 4.0, we don't see the approval status column listed here. But that doesn't mean that you can't alert on it. It's just a little bit harder to generate the camel, and so that's why I'm going to show you how to do it. I have another choice column on my list called Favorite Color, so I'm going to use that in my camel, and then after it generates the camel, I'm going to change that column name to the approval status column name. So I'm going to look first for favorite color is not equal to the old version of favorite color. So in other words, I'm watching a specific column in the list changes. This is the specific column. I don't want the old value to equal the new value, and I want the new value to be the value rejected. So favorite color equal to. Now the approval status column in the SharePoint content database is not stored as text, so I can't type in rejected here. I need to type in a value of 1. So for status equals rejected, SharePoint stores the value 1. If it were approved, it would be the value 0. If it were pending, it would be a value of 2. So rejected is 1. I'm going to click Copy Criteria to the Camel Query field, and here I'm going to replace my favorite color column name with the name of approval status, which the internal name is called underbar moderation status. So I'm going to take that underbar moderation status, copy it to my clipboard, delete the next favorite color, paste in moderation status, and then the third time, delete that, paste in moderation status. So this is the camel that I need for an alert that will watch for a file approval status going from something to rejected. The next thing I need to do is specify who to send that email to. So that's going to be somebody on the alert list, the document library. It's going to be the person who last modified the file. And we're going to look that up in look up the email in the user profile. And then the last tab I need to do is specify the mail format. So here we're going to say the file called name that you uploaded to the special doc lib was rejected. And then we'll put the title here just for reference. We'll put the name here. We'll put the approval status. Here I need to use the display name, so saying approval status is the correct way to use the token. And then I also want to put the comments, so the person who uploaded the file knows why it was rejected. So that's approver comments. And then finally I want to add a link. So I'm just going to type in here. I'm going to go to HTML. I'm going to add a hyperlink. So I'm going to put in a tag, a href equals item URL and then the end tag. Put some words around it. Let's go back to design mode. Looks good. So we will enable that and save and close. So this alert is watching that approval status column. It's watching for it to be changed to rejected. And then it's going to send an email to the person who uploaded the file so they know. Here we can see our new alert down at the bottom of the list. The last run date and the last run status are blank, and it's going to stay blank until that alert is processed for the very first time. So I'm going to pause our video until that happens. Or actually, first I'm going to go to my special document library, and for this file that was modified by me, I'm actually somebody who can upload and also approve. I'm going to go ahead and reject that file. So I click on approve, reject. I click rejected. I'm going to put in a comment. Click OK. Now I might get an email about that change if I have a SharePoint alert configured. Then I can come in and I can click to view the metadata or the properties, and I'll see that comment right there on the form, and I'll see that it's rejected. But setting up the Alert Plus alert is much more specific, and I think will get the attention of the uploader. Coming back to the Alert Plus web part page after rejecting that file, I see now that the my new alert has run. There's a last run date and a last run status. So that means I must have received my email. So let's go check out my inbox. there's the email that I received letting me know that the file called Lorem Ipsum that I uploaded to the special document library was rejected. There's the title, the name, the status, the comments, and I can click here to go to the file. So that's how you would create a special email alert notification alerting your users when a file they upload to a document library with content approval is enabled is rejected.